Okay, dear friends, welcome back. Today, I'd like to continue our series of Vulnhub. The virtual machine would be Sunset Dusk. I will put the link into the description section below so that you can download. Before we begin our today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate your help and support. So let's now get started. To save time, I have already imported this virtual machine into the VirtualBox. And here, for this virtual machine, I configure its network adapter as bridged mode. I think this would be a little easy for this virtual machine or for this pen testing. Okay. So now I'd like to walk smoothly into the Kali Linux. As you can see, I have already identified the IP address of the virtual machine as 3.59, and I did the Nmap scanning. From the Nmap scanning results, as you can see, there are several open ports like 21, which runs FTP. And also the version information. And from the script scanning with FTP service, this virtual machine doesn't allow anonymous login. Of course, later we can check on this. And the second one is 22, which runs SSH service and also the version information. Of course, as we know, this version of SSH doesn't have any vulnerability. And next one is 25, which runs SMTP service, and also the 80, which runs the HTTP service, also the version information. And the next is 3306, which runs a MySQL service. And the last one, or the final one, is HTTP service, and also the version information. So I think the next things or the next steps, we need to do some enumeration for each involved port, except the 25, and just the 25, because as we know, we didn't have any way to make use of this port. Okay. And now we can first check the FTP service, and we can log in to our virtual machine. Oh, sorry. The IP address I mistyped. I typed wrongly. Should be this one. Okay. And anonymous. And password leave blank, but login failed. So now we can quit the FTP session, and now we can check this version of FTP service to see whether this version has the vulnerability, and also we can put the exact version number, but no result. It's okay. And now we can go to the next port, which is 80. I have already opened up the browser and have already filled in the IP address of the virtual machine. Of course, as you can see, this is just a default Apache 2 page. And also you can check the source code of this page, but we cannot find anything useful. And also we can check whether this site or this port has a robots file. But no, okay, it's fine. And we can do the directory scanning. For example, like use GoBuster, specify the IP address, and also the word list. I also use the first word list Debuster directory and specify the extension option. Okay, I think I have already configured the command correctly. Okay, so I think as you can see, if you have time, you can wait for this to be completed. But I can tell you, we cannot retrieve any useful directories or files for this port. And while the Goldbuster is doing the directory enumeration, we can go back to our browser to visit or access another port, which is 8080. Yeah, here, I think from this one, for this port 8080, here display some file names like image and also the PHP. We can visit this one, but this will give us the same page. You can check by yourself. And also, of course, we can download the image. And you can save the image to the Kali Linux to see whether we can find out hidden message inside this image. But I didn't find out. Also, there is another image. You can do it similarly. Download the file into the Kali Linux and use it like stack seek or stack hide to know whether this file has some sort of hidden message, but it didn't have. Okay, but as you can see here, also tell us the absolute path of this port or directory, the working directory, which is var and temporary directory. We should keep this into our mind. Okay. And also we can do the directory enumeration for this port, but I can tell you when I did it, I cannot find anything useful. I mean the directory or files. Okay. So now I think I'd like to interrupt this process of directory enumeration. So I think we have already we didn't get any clue or any information for further exploitation. So how to do next? You remember from the Nmap scanning results, there is another port which is 3306, which runs MyCircle. So we can check on this MyCircle and specify the IP address of the virtual machine and enter password like root, but it didn't retrieve the pass, or it failed to log in. Sorry, excuse me. And we can use the Hydra to do some cracking and use the RockU as our word list and to crack the MyCircle. Okay, very quickly, we have already identified the password for the MyCircle service. Now, what we can do, we can go to this database or connect to this database like MyCircle. And the password, of course, the password is very simple. And we can do the enumeration inside this database, like show database. But nothing special, okay? So what can we do next is to try to write one-liner PHP web shell into the virtual machine, because from this page we have already got the absolute path of our working directory, and we can write our file into this this directory or this path. Okay, and I have already got the one-liner from the internet, and I also, if you, I will put this into the description section below, so you can make a reference to that. Okay, so in this case, I just copy the whole liner. Okay, and now we can use the select and paste the one-liner and into outer file, and we have already know the absolute path of our working directory, and we can name to shell PHP. Okay, I need to check. I think everything is great. Okay, no problem. Now we can visit this this file, and this file is written into the 8080 working directory, right? And we can shell PHP, but nothing. But we need to pass the parameter of command and cmd. We can like pass the ID. Yeah, we have already got the ID of the user, which is www.data, and we can run like we check the if the netcat has installed on the target. We can use the which command. Yeah, it does. So now we can get the reverse shell from the target or from the virtual machine by running the command, by pass the command into this file. Okay, and before we do that, and we can well, I think we can quit the database, and we can set up the listener. Okay, and now of course I need to check the my IP address. Yeah, this one. Okay, now, and we can make collection bin bash. Okay, and now go back to, yeah, we have already got the collection from the virtual machine, and we can make this interactive by checking the version of the Python first, which, yeah, Python 2 has been installed on the virtual machine, and we can run pty spawn. Yeah, we have already got the normal shell, and we can check the ID and go to the home directory. There is only one user, which username is Dusk, and list the content of this directory. We got the user flag here. Yeah, no problem. Now what we're going to do next is to try to elevate our privilege. Of course, the first thing we can do is sudo. And yeah, now we can we can run the command, some command like a ping, like a make, like sl. But of course, I do not know what the command sl is about. So so how to do? We can go to the GTF Opens website to help us, to give us the instruction how to make use of this command to elevate. Because I think ping, we cannot utilize this command for our purpose, and we can, because I cannot remember the domain name exactly. Okay, I always use the search engine to help me, and GTF opens, and now go to here. Okay, make, and just go to the sudo section. here give us the instruction or the steps what we can execute. Okay, the first we just make a copy here, and we can copy this part and sudo. Now we cannot directly elevate our privilege to the root, but we can make a lateral movement to the user Dusk by specifying the username as not root. We should be Dusk, and just paste the in here. Now we can check ID. Now we are Dusk, and as you can see, we can make this interactive. As you can see, the Dusk is the member of several groups, like but of course all others are useless for us. But I think you can make immediate notice. We are the Dusk, a member of a doc group. Of course, we can use this point to elevate our privilege to root user. But how to do? And also, I have already opened up this very wonderful website, which is root please, and we can use this one to elevate our privilege. We can just make a copy. Of course, this needed to connect to outside of our labs. In this case, will be connected to the Docker hub and to download the image or download the container images. Okay, but here we just we can copy this command, and maybe we can go to the temporary directory, and we can paste the whole command. Yeah, now we'll try to retrieve the image from the internet, from the Docker. Yeah, now it's building, it's downloading. Yeah, now we have already got the root shell, and we can go to the root directory. Yeah, we got the root flag here, so no problem. So that's all I'd like to demonstrate in this video. Of course, this one is a bit different from other virtual machines I have done. For other virtual machine, I always configured the virtual machine or the target as host only, and do the pentesting practice. But for this virtual machine, in this case, to make the procedure to be easier, I configure the network adapter as a breached mode, because the final step of privilege escalation needed to connect to the internet and download the container, or sorry, not container. We need to download the images. But of course, if we configure the network adapter as host only, we need to use the Kali Linux to download the corresponding images, and then upload to the virtual machine or the target, and then run the same commands. But I mentioned this would be involve the more steps. Okay, so that's all I'd like to share with you in this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.